because recently we found out that he wasn't Italian as Italians are claiming. He's probably from Portugal, from Spain, from maybe south of France. We still don't know for sure. But we are researching now, and we found out that he was probably from the island of Ibiza, and that he was before the official date in America. He was around 1470s in North America. He was joining an expedition of King Martin from Denmark, and he wanted to come back on his own. Later on, convinced the Queen of Castile, and she got support. She gave the support to him. Then he found the Caribbean island of Hispaniola in 1492. But we found all these in the letters. He was writing this to his family, and he did it in all languages but Italian. He was doing it in Portuguese, he was writing in Spanish, he was writing in Catalan, even a common language among the sailors, but not in Italian. So why he should be Italian? He's not writing to his family in Italian, you know? Probably he was from somewhere else, but not Italy, right? But you know, Italians are good promoters. They even found a home where he was born, right? We are still hesitating that he was Italian. We are doing research about that. Okay, so next to the harbor, we find here on the left these former royal shipyards, and now this maritime museum. Here's where the ships were going directly into the waters of the sea. We gained some space to the sea, and thanks to the sediments that were going throughout Las Ramblas riverbed. Las Ramblas on the left-hand side, this boulevard used to be a former riverbed, and it was covered in the 18th century. In its room, nowadays you can see a boulevard where tourists are strolling up and down throughout Las Ramblas all day long and night long. If you have to go to Las Ramblas, you better go daytime. At night time, it's not really advised to go. It's a bit dangerous, right? So what you will find in Las Ramblas is basically the oldest market in this city. The Boqueria market is very famous. You will find there spices, you will find fruits, you will find meat, fish, everything. You know, it's a very important and international market, and any kind of fruit, any kind of fish, any kind of meat, you will find it over there. And it's really fantastic. It's like a grand bazaar, you know. So market will be open all day long tomorrow as well, and today till 8:30, from 8:30 till 8:30. Those two neoclassical buildings are belonging to the Defense Ministry, and we have military government side on the right-hand side, Palace, and Navy sector on the left-hand side. Now we are driving throughout Columbus Boulevard, and on the right-hand side you'll find the old harbor section. The aquarium is under the waters of Barcelona, and we'll find as well the leisure area Mare Magnum. We're just driving all around the waterfront from Barcelona, and we'll reach in a very short time the Olympic port. In the Olympic port we'll find some break. We'll have time to enjoy an ice cream next to the beach, and use restrooms before getting strength enough to go on a pilgrimage to Sagrada Familia, because we need to walk a lot to reach Sagrada Familia, so it turned to be a pilgrimage, you know, lately in the last months. But it's worth it. You will see every single step going to Sagrada Familia is worth it. It's an amazing basilica that is being built recently with a great enthusiasm, because we want to end up all the works by year 2026. Why 2026 and not 2050? Well, the reason is because Gaudi passed away in 1926. So 100 years later will be the first 100 years anniversary of the death of Gaudi. We want to end up also his major work. That's the reason why he became famous, because of Sagrada Familia. We'll talk later on more about Sagrada Familia. Right now you have some pop art examples on the right hand side coming soon. You can see here on the right hand side the lobster, King of Lobster from Xavier Mariscal. And then you'll find also pop art in the next corner. The sculptor who did it was Roy Lichtenstein. He passed away already. Heads of Barcelona in the corner coming soon. And then on the right now you can see these King of Lobsters of sort of Bugavant, designed by Xavier Mariscal from Valencia.
A la derecha ahora.
A la derecha. We are going to turn to the right hand side. We'll drive around the waterfront. We'll discover the beach, and then we'll have that little break for restrooms purposes and also some ice cream. We'll stop for that reason next to the Grand Casino in case someone wants to jump, some gambling action. The Old Town section is on the left, and we'll be walking later on that area. There's where Picasso Museum is located, the Cathedral of Barcelona, and many other interesting palaces from Middle Ages. Not far from here, Pablo Picasso arrived at age 14. He was living in this section with his family for about 6 years, and then in the last years he was going up and down from Paris to Barcelona several times, and then ended living in Paris and France all his lifetime till he passed away in 1973. Right. His dream was to come back to Spain, but he couldn't because he was considered to be communist by the regime of Franco here in the power since 1939 after the Civil War. So Franco passed away a few years after Picasso, therefore no chance for Picasso.
A la derecha por Barcelona.
So La Barceloneta is the next district we'll be driving. It's like a little fisherman district in Barcelona or town. You'll find different atmosphere, the beaches in one section, the harbor in another, and in between this former peninsula that was growing up naturally thanks to the sediments that were going throughout Las Ramblas riverbed. We had an island here, the Mayans, and it got connected with the land thanks to those deposits of sand and detritus. Naturally, this peninsula was growing up. There's lack of space in general all around Barcelona, but especially here. You will really notice that the streets are very narrow, and we only can cross this district in one street. It's mostly for pedestrians. Lots of restaurants in La Barceloneta. This is where we are now, Barceloneta. It's more Barcelona, will be the meaning in Catalan. Lots of restaurants, one after another, till the end, till the beach. Did you bring your bathing suits? Yes, great. So tomorrow you can end up in the beach, huh? Don't worry, those who didn't bring it. Clothing is accessory. No, I mean, I'm not joking, it's true. Well, those interested will find it, I'm sure. Little narrow streets on left and right sections. You can see basically at the end of this street is where we find the beach. And then you'll find a very nice view from W Hotel. We built it recently, that hotel, above an artificial island, 10 hectares. And it's a bit isolated at the end of the beach line, but it's still very beautiful, and of course 5 stars grand looks. It's a really expensive hotel. Expensive hotels and expensive restaurants. You have everything here expensive. It's nice. You can see W Hotel on the right hand side now, like Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. So we have the palm trees, we have the beach, and the Mediterranean, the ships, cruise ships. We even speak in Spanish, so this is like Miami, right? Very caliente. See, you can try tomorrow, huh? Tomorrow, not today. Today we only have time for an ice cream here, unfortunately. But tomorrow you'll have a great day as well, like today. The end of the summer days, the water is really warmer than outside, We can even swimming. We can swim until the end of October, the beginning of November, because the water is warm throughout all the summertime. The sun has been heating. This year we had a lot of jellyfish. So be aware about the flags. If they are green, you can bath. There's no problem. If it's yellow, let it mellow. And if it's red, obviously it's forbidden. The quality of the water is clean for a city, urban city like Barcelona. There's no problem to have a bath. You can see some people swimming. The Olympic Hospital on the left-hand side, and nowadays we have also a center of biomedical research where we are experimenting with stem cells, human tissues, and many other things. Can't we add, multiply, etc., etc. The Olympic port right here. It was built for the Olympics 20 years ago. It's a leisure port, obviously, for sailing boats. We have a bigger one for yachts. And there's the golden fish from Frank Gehry, Canadian Frank Gehry left us this in 1992. Again, so we're going to stop under that yellow fish, that golden fish.
Passiamo dai media orita,
So basically we're going to gain some strength here with the sea breeze, the ice cream, with tea, whatever you feel like having in this free time that we're going to have, in order to walk later on to Sagrada Familia, see Sagrada Familia from the outside, and go throughout Paseo de Gracia with the bus, stop in the old town, have a little walk over there, and then we'll come back to the hotel, right? We'll have like 1 hour to change, have a shower, whatever, put some perfume, and then go for dinner, 1:30. Some modern sculptures here. David and Goliath is coming soon. You will find a white mask. That's Goliath, the giant, being hit by David. Modern interpretation. This is what we call the Olympic Village. And here's where we hosted 15,000 athletes in this modern city that was settled down where we used to have an industrial soil. This industrial soil was all renewed, and then new homes were built for the citizens. But before used by the citizens, were used these apartments by the athletes participating in the games. We built up some around 200 buildings, 2,000 new apartments, botanical gardens near the beach. We renewed the waterfront for Barcelona completely for the Olympics. Underneath there is a highway, so you can go throughout the highway anywhere in the city without crossing the city. But it's hidden, you don't see it, it's underneath. So we are going to stop near the Grand Casino, right? If possible.
¿Están los Mossos detrás tuyo?
Ahora mismo no.
Vale.
¿Queréis parar?
Sí, por favor, aquí detrás del azul, luego delante, donde vaya mejor.
Aquí, este sitio es bueno.
Sí, ¿no?
Okay, so here's where we stop. It is my time, 3:45. Let's meet each other again in the bus here at 4:15. Right?
30 minutes.
So you have exactly 30 minutes for an ice cream, restrooms, walking around the beach, making some, some time near the breeze of the sea, and then come back here 4:15. Okay? Yes, public baths don't exist in Spain. Mostly they are all in, ice cream places, bars, etc. You have a few then on the left-hand side where the white umbrellas are. You have bars, you have restaurants, you have ice cream places. So it's for consumers, for customers. So you get first the coffee, and then you go to the restroom.
30 minutes.